Hello once again, YouTube. This is the Captain speaking. I'm back once again with a general UU battle, this time against Aznboyzful from YouTube. Once again, link to his page will be in the description. There's Dropbox talking to me. Now, most of the Pokemon on my end you've seen before, only new one being my Crobat, which you will see, or which you will not actually get to see this battle do much of anything, unfortunately, but hey, it works. Once again, if you have any specific Pokemon you think deserve more time in the limelight, strange movesets like my Emboar here, or any other things like that you'd like to see, just go ahead and tell me in the comments. AZN is leading with the Dunsparce, who I'd never actually ran into before, and so was quite intrigued seeing it in his lineup. Hitmonlee, a Furret, which does a hell of a lot of work this match, Hitmonchan, a Azumarill, and a Victini. And with that, let's go into the battle! Now, as you saw in the lineup, here is my lovely Frostlass Yukiona versus his very interesting little Dunsparce. Start out by trading entry hazards, his rocks versus my spikes. On his switch out, not sure exactly why, but he switches, probably because he has only a normal move, but on his switch out I set up a second layer into a Victini, which was one of the biggest threats on his team for certain. He's Scarfed, so he actually outspeeds my Frostlass, despite a really quite high speed stat and max investment. But my Sash keeps me alive, which is always great. And now his speed drops, making me faster again, which matters a lot, as you'll see in a second. My third layer of spikes goes up after he hits me, meaning Frostlass now done everything needed, and Destiny Bond catches him unawares. This means that the very first thing I do in this battle is destroy his most threatening sweeper, which is a huge play and made me incredibly happy. Especially since a really quite underused little ice Pokemon just destroyed a V-Create Victini with Scarf, which made me incredibly happy. And caught him incredibly by surprise, as I saw in the smoke and chat. But on the double death there, out comes my Alcoholic, who you saw sweep last match, unfortunately a feat that will not be repeated this time, and his Hitmonchan. Unfortunately, Alcoholic eats a close combat to the face and promptly dies. We will all miss you, buddy. The double defense drop, which may or may not matter, as I send out my Crobat, who'll do the one thing you get to see him do this match. After pointing stones, anyway. Brave Bird everything, and down goes Timmy the Hitmonchan. Considering this thing has no attack investment, that defense drop probably mattered a lot. But luckily that guy's a bulky little bastard, and is going to be able to not really care too much about the spikes or the recoil. I go into a second Brave Bird, because, well, what else am I going to do? And friggin' Azumarill can eat things way too well, bulky little bastard. The return Ice Punch takes me down, and that guy's done everything you're going to see him do. Not as much as usual would be liked by this guy, but more than enough. He killed the Hitmonchan. Suicune, my lovely little balanced wall, comes out in his wake. Pressure being oh so very useless. And go for the neutral damage, since Ice Beam and Scald wouldn't do anything against Azumarill, and he lives with what is probably a negative half an HP. Smacks me back, and his Life Orb at least takes him out. A little bit of lefties going on. And the other half of the hit blanks come out, this time Lee. Suicune doesn't have quite enough bulk to take a hit from Bruce, so I switch it out, bringing out Emboar, one of my favorite of my pokes so far. The high jump kick misses, which always matters a lot, but that is the risk of that particular move, and I go for the superpower, Now, this is actually a special Scarfed Embor, which is only running superpower for the purposes of taking out things like Empoleon, special walls, and for bluffing a more standard set, like I did here. Which matters a lot, as you'll see near the end of this match. Out comes Cupcake the Ferret. I switch, because I know that the superpower won't kill after the drop since he has no attack investment, and bring out Trunker the Cradily. Now, the body slam here from the Ferret gets the Parahacks, which is really annoying. And it will continue to do so over the many matches I played against this particular Ferret, because we had more than a few rematches that day, both at the time, that paralyzed way too often. Brings out the Dunsparce! Now, I had no clue what to expect of this Dunsparce, because as I said, I haven't seen one ever before, so I just went for the safe Giga Drain to try to get some health up. It did a bit, not as much as I would have liked, but a chunk. Lefties heals up half of it, which was aggravating, but with my lefties, I'm almost back up to full health myself. He roosts, which I had no clue this annoying little pure normal bug could get, leaving my entire turn undone, and then I get Parahaxed, which means that I really am not up at all against this frickin' Dunsparce. My lefties put me up to full, as he begins to coil. Now here, I act like an idiot. I should have switched, but I decided to continue trying Giga Drain, because clearly it did so much before. As you saw before, the Giga Drain does almost nothing after lefties. And he continues to coil. Which means that really, if I'm not careful, especially since my Ghost type's gone, this thing could just end up Body Slam sweeping my entire team. This time I go for the Hidden Power Rock, because I thought, Roost, he might be part Flying type. No, it's pure normal, and that doesn't do any more than the Giga Drain. So here, I finally realize I'm being an idiot, and switch out to Arnold. Now here's where my earlier bluff, the superpower, matters a lot, because he thinks, between 3 coils, and his ability to roost, and the attack drop from superpower, he'll be fine. But nope. This is a different kind of Embor. His lefties heal him up a bit, another coil, but then Focus Blast from left field, and that Dunsparce goes down. Which, apart from the Destiny Bond earlier, is probably the most critical play of this game. As with the loss of his Dunsparce here, he's now down to only Cupcake the Ferret, if I remember right. The Body Slam smacks me, because I'm pretty sure that the Ferret is scarfed as well. And then my Focus Blast misses, which sucks. Body Slam will take me down. And I bring out, I believe, Suicune back, yes. With Suicune returning, I have a good bulky little guy to eat some Body Slams, because with the Scarf, this thing doesn't have very high attack. And I don't care about speed, I'm a Suicune. I Scald it, hoping for the burn to make even less damage and speed up its death a little bit. I don't get it, and it lives with, once again, probably around 6 health. But at this point, I still have Trunker, and my Suicune can take one more Body Slam, even if only by exactly a lefties of health, and take it down to the Scald, this making it the game. Very good match, AZN. I look forward to playing you again, this time with your OU team. Now, one last plea for subscriptions, and comments and likes. Challenges are welcome as well. This is the Captain saying ta-ta for now.